Split opinion is the way to go.
We're on the air. You're talking to Mr. Pinko, and we have Linda on the ground in New Hampshire. What's the feel like in New Hampshire, Linda?
Yeah, it's really good out here because there's just a lot of positive energy, and because Trump is very inspiring, he just has, there's so much positivity. I've been here for 2 weeks, and there's so many amazing things that happen to me. I've been in the VIP section of the major Trump rally. I just took a picture. I got to meet Mr. Pence out of 2 people because they told me that I was the best volunteer out of the whole campaign, and they really appreciate me. And they just had a Pence rally in Wyndham.
So how long have you been up in New Hampshire campaigning?
Well, I was here last week, and then I went back to Rhode Island because I'm from Rhode Island, and I was doing the Trump talk.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we got disconnected.
No.
I was doing Trump talk in Rhode Island, and then I realized, they weren't doing door to door, and I thought it was more important for me to be up here because it's battleground. So I came back, and then I just stayed. I extended my stay. I was going to stay Monday through Friday, and then I just worked through the weekend. But there's because Trump has so much positive energy, and so many really amazing, magical things happened to me while I was here. And every time you go to somebody's door that's for Trump, they're like, it's like they're getting a breath of fresh air because there's so many people around with Hillary signs, and they're right in your face with that. And people are a little afraid to put Trump signs out that they don't want to say. So when they see you, they're saying, "Oh my God, thank you, thanks for coming by. We hope he wins, and he needs to win."
So they're acting like the French when the Americans came in to save their asses. Now you're doing what, door-to-door campaigning up there?
I'm doing a lot of boots on the ground, door to door. I met Reince Priebus over at the Stratum office, and he was saying that's the best thing is to do door to door, and it's not only that you're reaching people face to face, but he said it on Fox News this morning, they get a good, read on people, and they can conduct their own poll and really see what's going on over there, and they do it by, knowing everything about the people that are voting for Trump down to, what kind of car they drive.
Right.
But it's just right.
Right. So what's the real feel on the ground there? I mean, when you meet up with Hillary supporters, how do they treat you?
They're okay. I got to tell you, last week they were mostly arrogant. If you go to the door, like, "No, I'm with her, slam." And this week they're a little more after the whole. Not WikiLeaks, but, the FBI, reopening the case, I noticed, because I actually left and came back, as I said, they're humbled, and they're nicer, and they're like, no, I'm voting for her, and they'll say, well, good luck.
So
they're just, they're a little more behaved this week.
So wouldn't you want to answer them when they say I'm with her, and then wouldn't you want to say to them, "Oh, you support corruption"?
Yeah, you do, but this late in the game, they're not.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I know you.
That wouldn't be polite.
Right, I know you're not gonna sway them, but I would still shame them for supporting her.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, there was a man who had a couple of daughters. He said, "Oh, I can't." He lives right around the corner from a school, so they're probably influencing him. "Oh, I can't." And he was Republican, according to our indications. And he said, I couldn't vote for him. I have 2 daughters. That was, oh, come on. I talked to people with daughters tonight at the Pence rally, and they were saying, there was a little girl who had a sign. It said "Children for Trump."
So I would have asked them.
She said, "Yes, I did." Father Trump, her mom said.
Nice. I would have asked the gentleman. I would have said, "Oh, so you're for Hillary Clinton, and you would trust your two daughters with Bill?"
But believe me, there's a lot of things to say.
Yeah.
When you say that.
I'd be a horrible campaigner.
My thing is the thing that I keep, in mind, and that there's just so much positivity, and I walk around with that. So I just say, okay. One lady said, "Oh, I can't believe anybody's voting for him." And I just looked at her and I said, half the country's now voting for him.
Right.
I'm not an outcast here, lady.
Yeah. So to get back to, I'm tapping your brain here with the feel on the ground. Are you? Is it like 50-50 up there? Or what do you think? I mean, how much ground did you cover, and how much of a feel are you getting on it?
Well, quite a bit. I think they said I did 2,000 houses. If I I have no idea, but I think that's what they said. This evening. But bottom line, the blue collar neighborhoods, there's a lot of Trump signs.
Right.
A lot of infidels for Trumps. In fact, really funny signs like they battle. It's like a war. They have like 7 signs and Crooked Hillary and all of this, and walk around. And then you go to the more libby neighborhoods like downtown Portsmouth, where they're covered in tattoos, and they're kind of like you have to take your Trump gear off to go to a restaurant so they don't spit in your food.
Yeah. Oh.
But so that's about it. It just depends what area. Closer to an eclectic type city or an arty city. So more. As a matter of fact, it's mostly Bernie supporters and
Really? So are you getting the feel that
Hillary?
Yeah. Are you getting the feel that the Bernie supporters might just sit out the election, or they might go for Trump, or they might hold their nose and vote for Hillary?
No, they're not voting.
They're not voting? Yeah, because they're kind of pissed off at Hillary, right? Yep. And they feel they've been cheated, and they're sitting it out.
Yeah, to them, Trump's a crazy person and a racist and a maniac, and Hillary, basically burned them.
Right. Trump's getting a slice of the Bernie supporters because Bernie was, on board with the TPA, against the Trans-Pacific, partnership and all that stuff.
I hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
I cannot put them all in one basket.
Oh, I know. Only the Democrats do that to us deplorables.
Yeah. I really think just let's put it this way. No, I'm not even going to say that. I shouldn't even say that. Maybe I should.
You're on Mr. Pinko.
Let's just say the super rock, maybe the older, maybe baby boomers or somebody that's over 40 might not vote and be very angry, and I think the younger ones may turn to Trump just because he's, the outsider.
Linda, thank you very much for your report from New Hampshire. Linda's a volunteer for the Trump campaign, and she's on the ground up in New Hampshire, going door to door. And you're back up there tomorrow?
Yes, I'm working half a day, and then I'm driving to Manchester, and I'm going to work that rally. And that's it, and then I'll drive home and go to vote in Rhode Island.
Well, we thank you for making America great again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for your report. This is Mr. Pinko, and I'd like to thank Frankie also. He's piloting his car and put us on a three-way here on this three-way call.
Captain USA!
Captain USA, you got it, man. All right, Linda, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Pinko rocks.
I'm Roger Stone. Check out politiopinion.com.